Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
They'll need to get the play off quickly.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
A second down throw for Cousins. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. And he motions the wide receiver. Cousins from the gun on third, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. In motion right here, Nelson. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Matt Ioannidis. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Nelson, the man in motion right. And they're going to go soft on the corners. In motion left moves Nelson. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Adams, the man in motion right. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now a 1st down following that long gain. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Brett Hundley keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. And it's good to make it 14-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
goodness, was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Cousins now on second down. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And here's Marshall. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Airing one out for Crowder. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw is Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And a nice gain. 21 yards. Rodgers now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Buying time to his left. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down.
26.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Running forward, Montgomery going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Ty Montgomery unable to get to the marker. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Third and short yardage. Cousins escaping the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time. They're going to try and throw. And this is brought in by Pryor. 7 yards there on the pickup. And the Redskins are going to get a first down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. They go play action here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Cousins the thrower. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Montgomery running right. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Adams the man in motion right. Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Nelson, the man in motion left. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think many people thought Ty Montgomery would automatically go back to being a wide receiver this year, but it appears he's going to stay at running back. I know they drafted Jamal Williams from BYU, but Montgomery proving his worth. And he proved it, proved it last year. 5.4 yards per carry, fourth best in the league. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. Oh, incomplete. The rookie
come on,
had
bro.
it, lost
Come on,
it
Rob.
there.
Really?
And it'll be second down.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Nelson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Rodgers.
Look at that dude turning around like that, man.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That connection with Jordy Nelson coming on the drag route.
Hard to believe that he was a walk-on.
Yeah, Kansas State.
It's so hard to believe that people missed entirely on him. But how about his ability to work and run any route you need? And that completion is evidence that it doesn't matter what you call, he's going to find a way to get open.
Walk on at Kansas State. Now the locker rooms are named after him there. Montgomery. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Ty Montgomery. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Mike Daniels in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Second down, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Devon House. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson, 33 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Now, that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
This is Marshall. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. Steps away to his... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jake Ryan in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Trevor Davis deep for Green Bay. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Lets it go for Nelson. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jordy Nelson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are pouring it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, eluding the tackle. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Cousins on 1st down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. A good pickup there at 22.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Eluding the pressure right. And some room. And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's second down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed. And they catch it.
Too much that time as Cousins goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Adams, the man in motion left. Throwing is Rodgers. And Nelson's got it here right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
They let you get away with one day. They're gonna piss me off. That call is probably gone. You don't kill him. You want to make some more? Or is it something?
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
Rodgers to throw on second down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson as the first half is winding down. And the Packers continue to roll. Now Crosby for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Cousins. Airing one out for Crowder. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. And how about this one out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
It'll be a gain of 9, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Ty Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are pouring it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Crosby on now to kick it away. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 45 yards. First down. Here's Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Play fake. Cousins.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. Well, I guess we're at the stage here where they wouldn't say no to any points, but I don't think field goals are what they're looking for here in the second half.
I don't either, Brandon. When you're down as much as they are, that's the sign of a head coach waving the white flag to me.
And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. first down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery, 14 yards, and the Packers continue to roll. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Crowder in motion here right. Cousins. Jordan Reed has it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Cousins to his big target. Reed and the Redskins have a first down. Fresh set of downs here. The play clock's running down. Now Cousins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Room to run inside the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Keith Marshall, 52 yards. And the Redskins are able to get a score back.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now the Packers get set to go. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear
that is
by the time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
Party time's over with, Rob. Party time's over with.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Preston Smith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. In motion left moves Nelson. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. To throw is Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. On now is the Packers punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school.
And look out. I think he's going to go. And a touchdown, Washington. Keith Marshall, 77 yards. And the Redskins are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So that one will be accepted.
It ain't like it's gonna help you score, Every time you put that ball now, you're gonna get it slapped down. Like your game play. Be a good boy. Run the time now, little boy. Be a good boy. You push the ball.
A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
26.
Better be
30.
Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the...
Easy.
Now Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Will Compton coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Hurry up. Lex.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect.
He's got a man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terrell Pryor, 93 yards. And the Redskins are able to get a score back.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
And off comes to Montgomery. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Adams, the man in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Rodgers hands to Montgomery, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
First down and goal to go from the 7. Now Jones. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. 1 man in the backfield. That's Jones. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on second down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so. But ordinarily, second down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up third down. They'll have to throw it anyway.
So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation. But think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
The offense on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the 10-year bet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
Now Marshall. And some room to work. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, they created a big run. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll run with Marshall. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot. Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams and the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Rodgers looking to throw. And his pass incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Slot man moves right. On 2nd down, Montgomery looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
You gonna be these Packers next year? I want you to beat them next year.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Adams the man in motion right. Now it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And it is incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Halfback sent in motion. One last shot now for Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone as time has run out on this ball game.